You know, people not going to give you credit until they sit down and look at it and just be like, man, that dude was good.
After the biggest win and the most lucrative payday of his life against Canelo Alvarez, most fighters would spend the year celebrating. They would buy yachts and mansions and take a long-deserved vacation. But Terence Crawford isn't like most fighters at 38 in age. When many are thinking about retirement or easy paydays, Bud is already back on the hunt, and his new target is a move that has shocked the boxing world. He isn't chasing another superstar for a payday. He's challenging a 160-pound fighter that many consider even more skilled than Canelo. It all began with a mistake, a so-called slip-up that no one in boxing truly believed was accidental.
Now, Terence Crawford, if you don't know, he's at the WBO convention out there at Bogota, Colombia.
I'm here in Bogota, Colombia, celebrating the WBO's 38-year convention.
You know what? Put a pin in that. The WBO convention. Who's the middleweight WBO champion? Janibek. Let me just stop you guys from even thinking about it. Janibek is the unified WBO and IBF champion. Now, Terence Crawford is at the damn convention.
Just weeks after his dominant win over Canelo, Terence Crawford was in Bogota, Colombia for the 2025 WBO convention. He was sharing clips on his Instagram story, capturing the event like any other celebrity. He moved his camera across a large digital screen showing graphics of the WBO's champions. First, a graphic of Crawford himself appeared celebrating his undisputed super middleweight status, but then for a split second the screen flashed the next champion. It was WBO and IBF middleweight king Janibek Alimkhanuly. Crawford immediately pulled the camera away, as if he had just revealed something he wasn't meant to.
Y'all done slipped up, bull jobbing, and leaked some shit. Bull jiving. Listen, I was born at night, not last night. And for Terence Crawford, for you to film that by accident, just trying to show your face, and then Janibek show you trying to turn quick, brother, you blew it. Link.
The clip was strange, and the quick cutaway was almost funny. The internet immediately went wild. Boxing fans and analysts all asked the same question: did Bud just accidentally reveal his next move? It was too specific, too odd, and too perfectly timed to be a mistake. If the supposed slip was the bait, the main event came just hours later. A new video appeared. This one was clearly planned. It shows Crawford with his fist raised, looking straight into the camera. He wasn't teasing anymore, he was hunting. A voice beside him said, "Hey Janibek, we're here next, looking for you, looking for December 6th. How are you going to handle it?" Then Bud leaned in, his eyes fixed on the camera, and spoke the words that confirmed everyone's suspicions.
Honey, we're here next, looking for you, looking for December 6th. How are you gonna do it?
I got my eyes on you, Janibek. Good luck.
It was a straight public challenge. The message was out, and in today's boxing world, the target didn't take long to respond. Janibek, a man of few words, simply shared the leaked graphic clip on his own social media with a short, chilling caption, "No problem." After the direct call-out video appeared, he posted it again, this time with an emoji, and just 2 words: "Thank you, bro." The fight was no longer just speculation. The fuse had been lit.
Listen, Terence Crawford accidentally leaked him versus Janibek. Now, we all know that Janibek has a fight coming up, I think in December, against Lara. That's a hard fight. And that is going to be for unification, because Lara is a WBA champion. So you got the WBO title, IBF title, and the WBA title all on the damn line. I'm pretty sure Terence Crawford, with this leak, is looking forward to fighting the winner. And I think the WBO is leaning towards Janibek because that's their champion. It all makes sense to me. I think I got Lara winning that fight. But if he doesn't, I get it. Janibek, he's a tough cookie, undefeated, right? The southpaw. I think they both southpaws. Well, listen, correct me if I'm wrong. But Terence Crawford in line to fight them. You know he fights once a year, all right? So he's going to let them hash it out in December, and he's going to go ahead and fight 2026. It is leaked. It's leaked.
So who is this fighter who just caught the attention of the pound-for-pound king? To the casual fan, the name Janibek Alimkhanuly might not ring a bell. He isn't a pay-per-view draw or a household name like Canelo or Spence, but to serious boxing fans, Janibek, known as Kazakh style, is one of the most feared and avoided fighters in the sport.
News, hold up, boxing fans. The middleweight division just got spicy. Janibek Alimkhanuly, the IBF and WBO champ, is calling out Terence Crawford. Yeah, you heard that right. Crawford's fresh off his win against Canelo, but Janibek's not impressed. He's ready to rumble if Crawford drops to 160. But here's the tea, experts are saying this might be Crawford's toughest fight yet. Janibek's young, he's hungry, and he hits like a truck. Crawford's got options, but they're all risky.
He is an undefeated Kazakh southpaw powerhouse with an impressive record of 17 wins, 0 losses, and 12 devastating knockouts. He holds the unified WBO and IBF middleweight titles, and he doesn't just win his fights, he tears his opponents apart on boxing Reddit forums, and among experts he's summed up in one word: banger.
Love me some Crawford, man. Y'all already know what time it is. But hey, I gotta call a spade a damn spade. Janibek ain't nothing to mess with. He cold. Yeah, southpaw, you don't know much about him. That's fine. You ain't gotta know much about him. But I'm here to tell you. Speed, power, size, your IQ, defense, offense. Dude is cold, man. Footwork, angles, shoot, power in both hands. He a killer. That's what he is. He a damn killer, man, you know? So, I mean, look, if Crawford can go down and face that dude, bro, man, whoo, Crawford's legacy. Now, it might not be no marquee name and a name that the whole world will know, but everybody will be tuning in just to see Terence Crawford's greatness because he's a mega star now. He's the star now.
And make no mistake, Janibek is not intimidated. He's an undefeated champion who believes he's in control. He even released a statement basically telling Crawford to wait in line. I'll beat both Lara and Adam Dams, take all 4 belts, and then he can take his time and get ready to fight me. Calling out this man isn't a cash grab or a low-risk tune-up, it's a pure high-risk challenge, leaving many to wonder why Bud would target such a dangerous unknown force. This is the moment the full plan is revealed. This isn't just a random fight, it's 4D chess. This is the point where Crawford's real ambition becomes clear. Why would Bud, the 168 pounds undisputed champ, call out a 160 pounder? The answer lies in that date. He mentioned December 6th. On that night, Janibek Alimkhanuly is scheduled to face the other middleweight champion, the WBA title holder Aries Landila, in a huge unification bout. This is the key. The winner of that fight will hold 3 of the 4 major middleweight belts: the WBA, the WBO, and the IBF.
Terence Bud Crawford is going for 4-time undisputed. That is diabolical. That is unheard. 3-time undisputed is ridiculous, okay, for the men. But 4-time undisputed is just damn unheard of. The closest thing to that, and I'm talking about 4-time undisputed in 4 different weight classes. The closest thing to that would have to be, I would think, Manny Pacquiao being lineal champion in 5 divisions. And lineal and undisputed is kind of the same thing. I mean, as far as undisputed is collected, lineal is the man who beat the man who beat the man. Many times, if you're undisputed, you beat the man, right? So, okay, how about this? Terence Crawford beating Canelo Alvarez, he beat the lineal champion who happens to be undisputed. The difference is when you collect all the titles, right? Like he did at 140. When you're collecting the titles, that's a bit different because now you're not just fighting the lineal champion, but you're fighting the top guys. Terence Bud Crawford doing that is honestly more diabolical than even Manny Pacquiao.
Crawford's plan is now clear. He intends to let Janibek and Lara tear each other apart, and then step in to challenge the winner, aiming to claim all 3 belts in one fight. After that, only one man would remain the WBC champion, Carlos Adames. Crawford's goal isn't just to win another title, his aim is to become the first boxer in the 4-belt era, man or woman, to be undisputed in 4 different weight classes. He is chasing pure, undeniable, and permanent history.
Get 160 to go 168, meaning that this guy I think he beats the winner between Lara and Janibek. And the next champion, the WBC champion, is Carlos Adames. And I think the toughest bout for Bud Crawford would be the winner between Lara and Janibek. He fights Carlos Adames. To me, I think that's an easier, no disrespect to Carlos Adames, but I think that's an easier win for.
This plan is brilliant, but also borderline insane, and the people who know boxing best are already raising red flags. This isn't a sure win. In fact, many experts see it as a trap. Famed trainer Andre Rozier, who has worked with multiple world champions, was asked about the potential matchup. His warning was clear and blunt. He said Janibek would give Crawford a tougher fight than Canelo Alvarez did. Let that sink in.
Do you see any of those guys, maybe particularly Janibek, because he had 3 belts, do you see him as a real threat to Terence Crawford?
Janibek is a tough guy, but he doesn't fight enough. He's not fighting enough. You gotta on those skills. I love how he fights. He's big, he's strong, he's precise. And I think he might be going to 168. So with all of that being said, hey, listen, we got some things on the table that could really pan out to be fantastic fights.
Do you think that Janibek would be Crawford's toughest fight? Like tougher than Canelo, tougher than a few of those other guys?
I believe he honestly could be, and I think that he is big, strong, and poised. And that's going to be a problem.
A man who just stunned the world by dominating a legend 2 weight classes above him is now being warned that his next smaller opponent could be even more dangerous. Rosier said Janibek is going to be a serious problem. Janibek is a natural 160-pounder in his prime. He's a sharp, powerful southpaw style that can trouble anyone. This isn't a victory lap for Crawford. It's arguably the riskiest move of his entire career, a true 50-50 fight against a monster that everyone else has been avoiding. So why take it? Why risk a perfect legacy, a 42-0 record, and the pound-for-pound crown for a fight with huge risk and none of the massive pay-per-view money? The answer lies in Crawford's own mindset. Bud has spent his entire career feeling disrespected. He said it himself.
I'm never really going to give my full respect until afterwards. Yes, you know, it's a lot of people that's changing their narrative. Like, man, y'all watching something great right now, and we not appreciating it. And it's sad to say that we waking up at the tail end of his career. You know, we really didn't realize it until now when he's like doing extraordinary stuff, like going up 2 weight classes to fight the best fighter in that division, the #1 guy that's the face of boxing, you know. And the way that I handled that, people like, oh man, something had to be wrong. Canelo had to be washed, or Canelo just wasn't in it. And I see people saying, oh, Turkey paid for Canelo to lose, you know. So I just think, you know, when you that much better than the competition, you know, people not going to give you credit until they sit down and look at it and just be like, man, that dude was good.
When he dominates, they say his opponents were nobodies. Even after he shut down Canelo, the whispers began Canelo was washed.
You know, when you look at it, it's still excuses. Like I said before the fight, you know, every one of my biggest fights, I say, I'm going to be prepared for the excuses. When you so great and you so much ahead of your competition, you know, they look at the fighters that you fight and say they nobodies because how much you beat them by, or the level of skills that you know, oppose against them. So when I fight this guy, it's all he was a nobody. When I fight this guy, all he was washed. When I fight this guy, it's an excuse, you know. So who you want me to fight? I beat this guy, it's an excuse. I beat this guy, you know, he's too young or whatever. So
when he dominates, they say his opponents were nobodies. Even after he shut down Canelo, the whispers began Canelo was washed. This next move is Crawford's final checkmate against all the critics. This fight isn't about money, it's about a legacy so undeniable that no one can ever question his greatness again. By skipping a division to go after the most feared and avoided fighter at 160, and using him as a stepping stone to a 4th undisputed title, Crawford is building a record that may never be broken. The trap is now set.
As his trainer, do you feel like he should just sell off into the sunset after this monumental
well,
win?
You know what? He made it look so easy. You know what I'm saying? Got 2-3 more in him. You know what I'm saying? Training camp will try harder. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think a move to 160 would make sense?
I mean, if you want to do it, you know, it'd be a challenge if you want to challenge yourself. Yeah, I don't mind.
Terence Crawford has revealed his full plan for everyone to see. He is chasing a legacy that no excuse can tarnish, but by calling out the Kazakh-style boogeyman and targeting one of the most dangerous southpaws in boxing, he has willingly stepped into the fire. He has set the trap for history, but in doing so, is he about to get caught?
Last question. If Crawford was to go down there, beat Janibek, beat Carlos Adames, become an unprecedented fourth division undisputed champion, where exactly would that put him in history?
Right up there with the very best. Honestly, right up there with the very best.
Alright everyone. Stay updated with the latest boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Glove Lords and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Don't forget to check out our other videos. Until next time, take care and peace.